I just heard their ancestors spent years trying to awaken them, and now they're the ones that are tormenting them. Whoever this person is, there were a lot of people sent in by way of physical, supernatural, divine intervention. And somebody just refused to change. Whoever this person is, they refused to wake up. Thank you, Spirit. Somebody was walking asleep with their eyes wide shut to the reality of what it is that they came back to do, under the illusion that things would just work itself out, that they didn't have to do any work. Somebody's ancestors spent a lot of time trying to awaken them, and now they're tormenting them. Let's get into it. Welcome to Spiritual Court TV, where it's never a dull moment. We are seekers of divine truth, justice, and judgment, and therefore we see things as we need to see them in truth because we can handle the truth. If you're new, I'm so proud of you. You found the high vibrational algorithm. There's probably a message here for you too. If you're returning back, you know what's up. You know where it's at. Stand up or sit down or whatever you feel by way of your own free will to do. I support you in that energy. Let's see. Somebody's ancestors was trying to wake them up. Literally, as I channeled the message, I heard, wake up. Like somebody's ancestors were shaking them, sending them signs, synchronicities, symbols, something like that. Even every time, is that what I just heard? Even every time something needs to be made fair, even, balance. Okay, even with every attempt, every time, thank you, Spirit. When they did something wrong, their ancestors would send in a supernatural jolt. It's like, saying, no, don't go that way, yield. And somebody was just literally turning off their intuitive self, turning off divine discretion, turning off their higher self. Somebody put their ancestors on mute. My goodness. I just heard you were the final and last call. So you could have been somebody chosen one that was sent in by way of divine intervention to intercede on behalf of this person, to speak the truth. You're walking divine judgment and justice. You were the final warning. You were the final call. I just heard with no changed behavior, they did the same thing over and over. Clarify. Somebody's ancestors were screaming from the sideline. You're about to mess this up. We're trying to wake you up. Didn't I just say somebody's ancestors were screaming from the sideline? Knight of Wands energy. Somebody was doing something impulsively in a haste. The Knight of Wands is somebody that's in a haste. They're moving too fast. There's no peace, be still. They're just doing things without thinking, hoping that things go the right way, but they're not doing the right thing. They ran right into a doggone tower. Clarify, somebody's ancestors were trying to wake them up. You are the final call. Whoever this Queen of Wands energy is, tower energy. Clarify the Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. Or maybe somebody was a Knight of Wands doing something to a Queen of Wands. Because Queen of Wands came out in the upright. That's confidence. All right. Maybe somebody was confidently going the wrong way. Let's see. Because Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, is usually somebody that's a pleasure to be around. They give good advice. They're confident. They're fiery. They're honest. They're exciting. They're the life of the party, right? I just heard Lady Shango. Okay. So somebody is a child of Shango. Okay. What's this Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands energy? Their ancestors were trying to wake them up, trying to stop them from doing something. Look at the way spirit is coming in with air energy. Air represents spirit. The words that I speak towards you are spirit. So the spirit realm was speaking to them. This tower is like a final hour, final tower, something like that. The Knight of Swords, something about them ignoring the spirit. Because the Knight of Swords is like changes in the air. It's air sign energy, it's spirit, it's Oya, it's changing wind direction. Something like that. I just heard changing the wind direction of a fortune that they were supposed to collect. Somebody's supposed to be a part of the divine collective. Why is this here? Yeah, King of Cups energy. Somebody was the final call. Clarify what's going on here. Their ancestors are trying to wake them up. Now they're tormenting them. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. What's going on? Somebody made a deal with the devil. Yeah, with the underworld. Somebody's Page of Pentacles in the reverse and the world in the reverse. I just heard they know they effed up. Now they know, but knowing now is too late. That's what I just heard. Their bloodline was trying to wake them up. The Ten of Cups. Somebody's being removed from being the matriarch of their family. Somebody had the tools, the knowledge, the know-how. They came back to this earth to do the right thing, and somebody took a nasty road. Somebody abused their position, abused their power, and now these ancestors want to hire somebody else to be the golden child. What's the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands, Holy Spirit? The King of Wands energy, okay? Yeah, somebody's supposed to be the leader of their bloodline in leadership. They don't have to cheat. They don't have to lie their way to the top. They don't have to do any of that. They're destined for that. And now the same ancestors that are saying we give it and we can also take it away with the tower, they just took something out just like that. What's the world in the reverse and the Page of Pentacles? The underworld. Somebody went to the dark side and missed an opportunity with the Four of Cups. Ungrateful energy. Their ancestors are saying, how ungrateful are you? You're no child of mine. You don't belong to this bloodline. Ooh, I just heard we can kill you and make another one just like you. Oh, Lord. Clarify what's going on with this bloodline. What's going on? Yeah, they are no longer supporting this person. They're no longer celebrating this person. The Three of Cups in the reverse. They are releasing this person in sheer, utter, complete, and total disgust. That's the energy that I feel. They chose me to be the messenger. Thank you. They said, yeah, make an example out of her. Make an example out of him. Clarify, what's the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands? This is who they were supposed to be. This is what they were supposed to do. But their ancestors are saying, we're through with you. Ten of Swords. Their ancestors feel betrayed by them. Their ancestors feel betrayed. Who chose this fool? That's what I just heard. The ancestors are talking on the other side. Like, who chose this fool to lead the bloodline? That fool never woke up. They never woke up. Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups. It's a betrayal within their bloodline. This is not on the external. This is internal warfare within the blood, within the DNA, and they're tormenting this person. Their ancestors are tormenting them. Why can't I get the words out? What's going on? Maybe somebody can't get their words out. Maybe they shut up their ancestors. Maybe they silence the truth. What is this? Within them, Seven of Cups is something about the choices that they made. With the Three of Cups in the reverse, yeah, these ancestors are not supporting them. They're not celebrating them. I just heard we're not going to babysit you in your mistakes and your imperfections. What's going on here? Yeah, the Empress energy. What's the divine Empress? Clarify. Whoever you are, you're like judgment. Okay, your judgment. You were sent in. Your bloodline, their bloodline convened on the other side spiritually, and you two were supposed to work together. And somebody fell asleep to that. Child, this is a mess. Lord have mercy. My goodness. Listen. Thank you, divine protection. Five of Wands. You were sent in to awaken this person to their spiritual rank and their spiritual contract. And something drastic had to happen in order to wake this person up because somebody had committed to staying asleep. They were enjoying the nightmare because they felt like they had power in the nightmare. They had become the boogeyman, the boogie woman, or the boogie lady, or the booger sugar, or whatever. Somebody could be on some booger sugar. Somebody could have forfeited their bloodline because they got addicted to the cocaina, something like that. Okay. You got the Five of Wands. It's chaos. Somebody was sent in, a earth angel energy, King of Cups, Knight of Swords to speak the truth, Empress energy, Ten of Cups. This is a contractual agreement on the other side. Spiritually amongst bloodlines, there is a spiritual court council, a very special, specific jurisdiction where bloodlines meet by way of the ley lines. Earthbound people, earthbound souls, souls that want to go back into another world, or not back into, yeah, they want to return into the world, thank you, or ascend higher to other realms. But this is the person that is leading their bloodline. I just heard on a chariot of fire. There's no car waiting for these people outside. Their ancestors have abandoned them. I just heard, come pick me up. Their ancestors are like, no, it's a no. You hit, you miss. We've been trying to wake you up. We sent in all kinds of people to wake you up. And here you are now with the Nine of Swords. You woke up when it was too late. Now go back to sleep since you felt comfortable there. Somebody is abusive. Clarify their ancestors are tormenting them. Yeah, listen, I can't make it up. Judgment. Look at that hand coming up out of the grave. Look at the hand coming up out of the ground. Somebody awakened the angriest of their ancestors, the ones that did the most work. These are the ones that did the most work. What's this energy? The Eight of Wands, Sagittarius energy, something about communication. Something's being communicated. Okay, what's going on? The Ace of Cups, reconciliation, a new beginning. Two people are supposed to be the King and the Queen of Wands. This is power couple energy. Page of Pentacles and the World in the reverse. Somebody may have lost a child or terminated a pregnancy. Something like that, because somebody was non-committal. Three of Cups in the reverse. Four of Cups. This person missed an opportunity with a soulmate, an Empress energy. King of Cups. Who's this King of Cups energy? Who's this person coming up in the upright? Instead, this person gave you chaos. So now a higher level commitment is coming in. So whoever this person is, this King of Wands, who's a king, a king of all the kings, or whatever this is, the king in their bloodline, somebody's a leader. Somebody's very powerful too, or they were. They're being tormented by something they cannot see. And if there was a child that was terminated, I just heard the loss of a child. So somebody could have terminated an, what is it called? An ectopic pregnancy. Okay. I just heard loss of a baby in the beginning stages. Okay. So somebody, why am I seeing this? Okay. So somebody could have gotten pregnant here. And it's almost like the ancestors didn't allow the pregnancy, because ectopic means that there's no heartbeat, something like that. So somebody terminated a baby that there was no heartbeat. But no heartbeat is very, very significant, because there was no heartbeat from this man to this woman. You came in as the Empress. Somebody felt your heartbeat. Somebody awakened your love with no intentions of loving you. Three of Cups in a reverse. Somebody put you in a third party situation. Instead, they gave that position to somebody else that they wanted to be the Queen of Wands. But the universe and the ancestors are saying, we didn't choose her. She's not the right one. You're the real Queen of Wands. Somebody didn't want that, because something gave this man leverage. It gave him power. Seemingly being with somebody that appears to be the Queen of Wands, but is not the Empress, because Empress is like mother of a child. And now you got a higher level commitment here. You got a real King of Cups coming in. Somebody with deep emotions for you, here to protect you. Ace of Cups. This King of Wands wants a second chance. They're under judgment with their bloodline, though. I don't know if they know it. They might want to sit down with that bloodline, but I don't think their bloodline wants to hear from them because look, this is like the world in the reverse and the page of pentacles. The moment you co-create with somebody, whether the child lives or not, you tie into that bloodline. That's a contract. That's sexual energy, sexual exchange, intimacy. You co-created because I heard they felt your heartbeat, but it wasn't reciprocated. This is somebody that awakened, a woman's love with no intention of truly loving her the way that she deserved. Somebody's bloodline is pissed. They're like, we sent her in. We needed this child to be born. This is a very special child that was supposed to come into the world. You see the way that works by way of spiritual contract. This person put you in a third party situation. Five of Swords. They were sneaky. They didn't have good intentions. Somebody couldn't see you. Somebody wasn't on your equal vibration. You were sent in as an offering from their bloodline. Offering as in offering for this person to awaken, offering for this person to go towards the North Node. Their ancestors were fighting to wake them up. Now they're experiencing a tower. Somebody goes from being a Knight of Wands to a King of Wands very abruptly based on a tower. The moment you tied into this bloodline Empress energy, you gain access to the inheritance. There's a spirit child that was supposed to be created. Page of Pentacles in the reverse with the World in the reverse. Somebody may have gotten somebody else pregnant, and whatever they gave birth to, their ancestors are tormenting them because of the decision that they made. Somebody, clarify. I can't make this up. They couldn't choose. Somebody didn't want to choose. Somebody could see who you are, who you were, who you've been, whatever this is. They didn't want to make the right decision. They're under judgment by way of their bloodline. They were trying to wake this person up. Two of Swords. This child or whatever this is, or whoever they're with, is being blocked from their bloodline's inheritance. Clarify, this bloodline was trying to wake them up. The Two of Wands, trying to wake them up to go on a journey with the right person and the right people. I just heard you showed up at the wrong time, but everything was always in divine order, so it was the right time. Somebody may have even felt wrong time. Why did you come now? Who are you? This man was walking with his eyes wide shut. Somebody was trying to force somebody to be something that their bloodline kept showing them it wasn't supposed to be. Moral of the story is, don't go against your bloodline. Somebody's supposed to hold a very high rank by way of leadership. Clarify, now this person's looking for you with the sun energy because they've been enlightened. Clarify, their bloodline is tormenting them. Nine of Swords, it's a no. You're not interested. The Knight of Cups in the reverse. Somebody took too long. Somebody's waiting at the dock of the bay, watching the tides roll away, watching your ship roll away, because you got a King of Cups here that doesn't play about you. This man knows how to pray. Pray, not Prey. Somebody awakened an Empress love and he felt your heartbeat. And this is why the child couldn't come into the world, because this was a part of the package deal. There's a spirit baby that was supposed to be born between two people. What's Page of Pentacles in the underworld? What's Page of Pentacles in the underworld? I just heard you couldn't hear a heartbeat. I'm telling you, somebody had an ectopic pregnancy. And at the time, you may have been devastated, Empress. But something about your bloodline revealing to you the reasons why that child couldn't come between these two people, because that would have been the glue to keep you together. And this person wasn't in the right headspace. Somebody was walking around blindly on purpose. Six of Pentacles. Somebody knew they would have to change. They would have to give you equal give and take with the Six of Pentacles. Somebody wanted to give you crumbs. Now they're looking for you with the Knight of Cups in the reverse. You're not interested. They only want to come towards you, not because they want to awaken with the Nine of Swords. It's because their ancestors are tormenting them. Whoa. It's a no. Somebody went towards the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. I can't make this up. I can't make it up. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody is spiritually bankrupt. Somebody sold their inheritance for a Queen of Wands in the reverse when they had a Queen of Wands in the upright. Somebody that was a match to their higher self. Their ancestors were trying to wake them up to go on a journey with the Two of Wands. Like, hey, you got to go. Inheritance is calling. Calling is calling. Purpose is calling. And they sent in a real Empress. The signs were there. Now somebody wants to reconcile with the Ace of Cups, but there's still a Knight of Cups in the reverse. Somebody is seemingly saying that they've gone from a Knight of Wands to a King of Wands in the upright. And maybe in fact, they have. But with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, somebody's got a witch on that ass. They got exactly what they wanted. What they did not want to wake up to is exactly what they're in. Somebody could have also gone through a divorce. What's the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse? Somebody that met them at their 7 deadly sins. Greed, money. Okay. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Child, somebody that was offering a Page of Cups. Could have been a younger person. Okay. This could have been a younger woman. Somebody that looked good. But when you peel back the layers, somebody's ancestors are saying, we told you this person was not the one. But see, look, this Page of Cups met him in the Knight's energy. They were matching each other's unawakened selves. But somebody was supposed to get into that relationship, awaken, and leave it. But instead, they stayed. And so when things got real hot and heavy, the universe was like, quick, send in the Empress. And here you are. And this person didn't tell you, Empress, that you were in a third party situation. Because I just heard the Empress would never. You were in a third party situation. Somebody chose the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Clarify if they have a child. Oh, man. This person is stuck in between realms. It's their ancestors that are tormenting them. That's why they're in the Nine of Swords. Clarify. And this child is not theirs. Child, this is crazy. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Clarifying. So you may have lost a baby because there was no heartbeat between two people where there was supposed to be a heartbeat and equal give and take. Something like that. Somebody could have lost a baby at 7 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks is what I just heard. Three of Cups in the reverse and the Ace of Swords. This man is a liar. And whoever he's with, whoever this Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse, if they have a child together, that's not his child. This man's life is all messed up. That too is a form of spiritual protection. That's what Spirit just said. The reason why his bloodline didn't allow him to co-create with this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is because the inheritance can't just go to anybody. Somebody comes from a powerful ass bloodline. Very, very powerful, fiery warriors. Okay. Giants. Okay. Something like that. They're big in the spirit. They came to me so clear. They're like, we have a message. I'm like, yes, this is the messenger. Let this fool know it's us that's whooping his ass. So the child is not his. This woman was also cheating. And this man cheated with you. And this may have been something that maybe he thought was going to be random. Because look at the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is like hit it, quit it, in and out. And somebody accidentally, but on purpose, ran into their Empress, their divine counterpart. Somebody that was there to show them the highest and best version of themselves. That's what I just heard. Yeah, King of Swords energy. You got a divine masculine here that don't get it out, Empress. You got a divine masculine that does not play about you. I feel like this man is at a loss for words because I usually don't have any issues with my say. I feel like this man doesn't know what to say to you. I feel like he's a stuttering Stanley on the stand in spiritual court. Because look, the star energy, I can't make this up. Listen, even though you lost a child with this man, you accessed his inheritance through his bloodline because the inheritance has your name on it and his name. Whether he went down the road with Susie Cream Cheese and Little Miss Wannabe or whatever that is, the inheritance still stands. So now there's somebody else coming in. So now he wants to reconcile. But with the Two of Cups, yeah, this man sent you spiritual warfare. You got the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords. This man was a headache. He played games. Knight of Wands is like in and out. Something like that. Played with an Empress. Fumbled an Empress. The Star. Something about you following Destiny's Call. I just heard. Whoever this person is, they played way too many games. The King of Wands. This is somebody very well endowed. Somebody that carries a really big personality. Somebody commands the room, big Shango energy. They're the life of the party, very sought after. They were in a karmic situation, and maybe these people were on a break, and somebody ran into their fate. Somebody ran into karma because the Page of Pentacles in the reverse with the World in the reverse, this could have been this person's child's mother, and maybe they were, because she cheated with the Three of Cups in the reverse. The child is not his with the Page of Cups in the reverse. And then with the Seven of Cups, somebody was playing games and treated an Empress like she was an option. Knight of Wands is like here for the moment, but non-committal, in and out. Walking in with his wand in his hand. That's what I just heard. Something like that. Three of Cups in the reverse is a third party situation. Page of Cups. He went towards the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. That's a Page of Cups. They got a fish in the cup. This woman could have already been pregnant when they met. Something like that. Something about lust. You came in, Queen of Swords, setting boundaries. You will not, you cannot treat me that way. Something like that. Now this person is watching a King of Cups come into your life. You got a King of Cups here that outranks this King of Wands. But this King of Wands has been debunked, deranked by his own bloodline. Listen, this is too much. Clarify what's going on, Holy Spirit. I cannot make it up. I cannot make this up. You got Justice and you got the Knight of Pentacles. This person could be in child support court. Knight of Pentacles. They may have to pay for a child that's not theirs. Now, I know in some states, especially here in California, if you sign the birth certificate, that child belongs to you. Even if years later the paternity test states that you are not the father. I just got a flash in my head of Maury Povich. You are not the father. You know what I'm saying? I'm 1,000% sure. 1,000%, 1,000 pounds per shit. Somebody was full of shit. Somebody went towards a trickster energy, a seductress, something like that. They met somebody just like them, basically. I'm 1,000% sure you are the father. Come to find out, you are not the daddy of that there baby. Who's the pappy of that there baby? Who's the mammy of that there baby? Where y'all get that baby from? This is what the ancestors are saying. Justice is here. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Somebody's in like, I don't know. It's a lot going on. Yeah, this person did not want to change. This person is giving warlock, sex magic, you know. King of Wands, got a big wand, something like that. Trying to do something with that thing. Child, Three of Cups in the reverse. You couldn't tie that thing down. If you put a shank on it, if you put some shackles on that thing, this man and this wand out here with this person wanted somebody they could dominate. Okay, Emperor in the reverse is very controlling, very out of control. Can't tie this person down, something like that. Why were you sent into this person's life? To remind them of their higher self, to take them down the high road with the Two of Wands. But when they didn't want to go, you kept it pushing. Look, Two of Wands and the Empress, Ten of Cups. and their bloodline is defending you in spiritual court. Somebody can't even say, my ancestors gonna get you. I'm gonna call on my ancestors. You're like, too late. I already got them on the line. They're the ones that are about to beat your behind. You've been behind on the wrong timeline for a long time. You just chose to stay asleep. Oh my, that's crazy. Now somebody's bound to a Queen of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles, okay? What's the Eight of Pentacles, Holy Spirit? Virgo energy. And the Five of Pentacles. Lord, have mercy. This person may be out of a job or they're not making a lot of money. Five of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody's working their fingers to the bone. Something like that. It's like, I've been working all day, but they still end up in the Five of Pentacles. Somebody's not getting their inheritance. They don't know it's their ancestors. It's like working 8 hours, and only ending up with the Five of Pentacles, barely making it. Somebody's struggling with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is materialistic. They're greedy. They're selfish. You know, this person was very instrumental in this man's life as well. Simultaneously, with the Two of Swords, somebody couldn't make a decision because this woman, this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse with the fish in the cup, was younger. She played gullible, but really she's a trickster because this child is not his. Somebody fed this man, fed his ego, what they thought he wanted to feel. So they allowed him to control them. This is a greedy woman, and she's coming up witchy too. This could be a warlock that ran into a witch. Now they're in the Five of Pentacles, stuck in a ditch. They wanted to be together, so why they just don't be together? Somebody's trying to reconcile with you, but you got a new beginning. Yeah, you got a new beginning. Divine intervention won't allow it. Somebody's ancestors are whooping their ass. Okay, this does conclude this. Yes, over. It's over. Death. They have awakened the dead. This person can't call on their ancestors to do a damn thing. You got their ancestors on the line, and the ancestors are saying, oh, don't even worry about it. We'll take care of him for you. And you're in a whole nother relationship. Somebody's ancestors on the other side are divinely redirecting a new partnership to you. Just imagine your ex's ancestors, who's no longer his ancestors. They're simply the ones that are whooping his ass into submission, are now adversaries for you, Empress, divine feminine on the other side. Oh my God. Show me this royal baby. There was a baby that was supposed to come between two people. I cannot make this up. There was a baby. The Four of Pentacles, a spirit baby that's being held in the spirit that was supposed to come in. This is a star bringing in wealth and tranquility, peace and harmony. This was supposed to be a happily ever after. So now this person has been casted out and there's somebody else playing the part properly, giving the Empress exactly what she needs. And this King of Cups is real powerful. Whoa. Anything else, Spirit? I can't make it up. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. This is the message, okay? Even when I was channeling, I felt like somebody wanted to push the energy back. This person ain't got no power to push a damn thing back. Somebody's wig cap is getting peeled back by their ancestors. Their ancestors are scalping them, okay? We can see their thoughts. We can read their thoughts. You just got your thoughts all out here in the ethers. That's crazy. I love you, collective. Remember to take what resonates, leave what does not. I'll see you in the next reading. Until then, peace be with you.